Hi, I'm Joe Wesley of J&L Creative Solutions. Now, for those of you who've seen my prior presentations, you'll know me as Joe Wesley of J&L Creative Tours, LLC. Well, actually, I'm still that same company. However, what we've done because of COVID-19 and the change of circumstance, we've had to adapt. We chose to adapt, doing better than what we did before to provide value to your company. Or your business. So yes, we are now J&L Creative Solutions. And I'm going to talk about why that's important to you and what you can get out of it, actually. But before I forget, please remember to click the subscribe button below. And better yet, if you want to be notified of future presentations, click also the bell, which will alert you. So, what are we going to talk about today? The theme is, if you can't control the waves, at least learn to surf. And what I mean by that, and what we're going to provide for you as a catalyst to do even better, and it certainly has done it well for me. So I won't lecture you on what you need to do better or not, but I will share with you 3 points of things I've done differently better to enhance my business more than I would have expected. So let's get started. I use the term about surfing and wave forms. Now, when I say wave, I don't mean hair wave. I don't mean a crowd sports wave, say at a football game. And boy, would I look forward to those days to happen again. But I'm talking about wave of water on the beach. It's peaceful. We like to go and listen to the waves, to watch the waves, to walk through the waves of the water. Now, there are types who want waves that are more exciting, more demanding, more creative. However, sometimes it gets out of control. And most of us who've waterfront experience, we realize that be it high tide with a strong wind, be it a hurricane behind that, waves can be very, very destructive. And it's not just wind factor, it's not just tide factor, it's also could be a tsunami. And it closes things down. When I talk about that, at some point there's an assumption, there's an understanding. We've been through this before. We can get through it. It's inconvenient. Let's not do it again very soon. But we do understand that we'll come back, we'll rebuild. Being smart about it will also increase the barriers, will increase the obstacles to have that wave format come back on us again. But the challenge of COVID-19 wave front has changed all the rules. Yes, that too will close things down. It may not be noticeable, it may not be to you directly, but other people also. I'm not here to talk about the virus itself, but what I am talking about is the understanding, unlike a water wave, we can't assume it's going to go away. We can't assume it will be gone forever if it goes away. And so we have to deal with it. But meanwhile, life needs to go on. I need to make a business for myself and for my family. And so what COVID-19 has done to me in this surfing process is eradicate the assumption it's going to get back to normal. And I need to refine new skills, develop new skills. So point number 1, what I'm doing, which has had a huge multifold increase in my business value, my productivity, my business flow, is I've learned new skills. And when I say I learn new skills, well, I've learned skills that were already there in tools. This YouTube video I haven't done for a while because I got preoccupied. I had other things more important. Well, since I have to shelter in place, it's important for me to become a better student of social media and streaming of video. And YouTube has always been out there for a while, and I simply hadn't taken full advantage of it. And I've gone one step further. More than a pre-recorded video like this, I now do live stream. I do podcasting. And the point is make myself visible. And I make myself visible by better accessing tools that can help me be more involved with my environment. And by the way, industry has done very well to bring up different product to allow for that. My second step is now that I have these tools in hand, and now that I'm learning them, the next thing to do is to reach out to people. And when I go to Zoom Connects now, that's my new phrase. When I do a Zoom Connect, I have more time if nothing else. It used to be I get in the car, I get caught in traffic, I get to the meeting. I could easily lose 2 to 3, up to 4 hours of a day going to one meeting, which may or may not have immediate value. You never know for sure. But now what I do is I put on my slippers, I cruise from my bedroom to my business office, and I sit down in front of my computer and I engage. When I say engage, I focus less now on selling my business and I focus more on learning the concerns and anxieties of people around me, business owners, entrepreneurs. And I have yet to meet anybody, myself included, that hasn't had some issues with this COVID-19 waveform of destruction. And I listen more than I talk because I really want to get a sense of what are on the minds of the people who are a part of this Zoom Connect. And it goes into the third stage. Well, can I provide some value back to these people? And I came across a term, the SROI factor, the social return on investment value, where I will hear someone who has a concern in an industry or an aspect that's not my home base of what I do. However, if I see an article, I might say, hey, Sally, I read across this article. You had mentioned it in concern or a useful item that you thought might work for you, and I'm sharing it with you. Let me know if it makes sense or not. If it doesn't, I won't bother you with it more. And if it does make sense, I'll keep an eye open for more information along that line. So what it does for me is several things. It occupies my head. I find myself actually now looking for things that I'd like to make a better connection with. And the understanding is, my hope, and I think it works, is that my interest in you extends beyond the moment of immediate cash flow. I'm concerned. If I can be of value to you, I'm going to try to do that. And the hope and expectation is, geez, thanks, Joe. I really appreciate that. So at some point, when that client to be is prepared to spend money for the product, they're more inclined to come to me first versus my competition. It's developing relationships. And really, we go back to the real meaning of networking. As some people would say, it's networthing your business better. So I'm going to summarize. And before I forget, again, please remember to click the subscribe button at the bottom. Share your comments, good, bad, and different. Share your questions or things you'd like to hear about in the future. And remember to click the notification bell to get response back to you automatically. So point number one is to learn the tools available to us, particularly with social media. This is the future. And if you don't understand that, then I hope you find something better. And if you do, please let me know. I'm pleased with what my learning curve has been on this. Number two, discover what the needs are of the people that you're involved with. Because I really want to bring value to you. And that's the third part, the third step. Share your value out, you'll get value coming back to you. And as my testimonial for my business, I'm working relationships with people I would not have done if it weren't for COVID-19. And I hate to say it like that, but it's true. At least 2 are podcasts that I'm doing on a regular basis. One so far with a speech coach, another one with a mindfulness coach. And the links are below. The mindfulness coach has yet to happen. We're going to start that in December, so I'll have another YouTube out before then. But we both feed each other in terms of sharing market. Wouldn't have happened without COVID-19. I think I've become more sensitive to the needs and concerns of my prospects so they more readily convert into a client base. That's happening as I'm talking. I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know why. If it does, it's good to hear from you either way. Suggestions. I'm Joe Wesley again from J&L Creative Solutions. Stay healthy, stay productive.